So we enter into our fourth hero cycle, our fourth round. I received Like a Reed in the Wind, Shadows Touch, Suicide Run, Hustle, and Unravel. I kept Unravel.
What I have is, I've kept nothing. I've gained Arcane Lance, another Blood of Gaia, Reservoir of the Ancients, another ongoing, Illuminate, and Leech.
I can use Suicide Run and Hustle, kill this one, and this one, and pick up and kill that crawler and spawn another treasure. And it's going to cost us 2 AP.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and do it, because I think I can get to Lucy and kill the other grubber this turn.
So Suicide Run costs 1 AP.
Alright, I'll move it.
Attacks all targets move through, moves 2 square. Hustle may be played, adding 2 AP. So I'll go ahead and add my Hustle, and so suddenly I have 4 AP. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 movement. That's 2 different target numbers. So I get my 1d10, 1d10 from myself and my sharpened butter knife, but I also get a d10 from Suicide Run. I get a fate dice from myself and a fate dice from Suicide Run. Ooh.
You've got a 2, 3, and a 4.
And I'm not within 3 of you, so I can't.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yep, you're 1 space away.
And I don't have Hero's Edge.
Right.
So basically I failed because I couldn't even kill these guys. And I needed a 5 to kill them. And that's where, you know, being within range to re-roll one of those dice or him remembering to give me Hero's Edge probably would have made a giant difference. But now, you know.
Now he's stuck over there still.
And I don't even get to move because I didn't even succeed at killing the first guy I was going to go through.
So, at this point I can move 2. I will move 2 and stand on top of Lucy. I don't have any movement cards, so I can't actually rescue her this turn. I'm going to play Arcane Lance, which is 1 AP, and try to kill this grubber that's nearby. I gain 1d10, 1 fate dice. Hero's Edge gives me an additional d10.
You may want to kill the crawler instead because these guys are just going to run away from us.
That's true. And since you didn't kill the other 2 grubbers, it won't save me anything. Yes. I'll get an extra d10 for the Lucky Cup since it's a spell. Alright, let's go for it'll still be a 5 target number because I move normally, so I had +1 TN. So let's kill that grubber, or crawler, sorry. Oh, I just damaged myself. Got a 6, a 5, and a 3, so I do kill it.
Increase your threat.
Yep, I gained a threat.
Was that an AP?
And I already raised the AP.
Okay, so we don't gain any more AP if we don't want to. Well, I'm done.
My hero board's full, so I'm done as well.
Alright. So, in this hero refresh phase, I have 2 open spaces because I played Suicide Run and Hustle, so my threat's going to go down 2. His isn't going to go down at all.
Right.
So he's actually more threatening than me right now, which is fantastic. I'm going to keep my Unravel card and get rid of the other 2.
Alright.
We did spend AP, so we didn't loiter. What card are you keeping?
Actually not going to keep any. I need to get through my deck. And I'll put this in discard.
And we're ready for the next darkness cycle.
Yeah.
So the darkness, or the refresh phase, in the refresh phase there are 2 darkness AP added. So they're going to go from 6 to 0 to 1, and they're going to activate. We flip over a card. For this activation, threat level penalty is 8, and we don't have 8, so we're fine, so we don't have to worry about the mini-boss. Activation, and we don't have to worry about the normal. So now the minions are going to activate. B showed that, so we're good. He's going to scoot back because he wants to stay at range. This guy's going to be within range, and this person is closer to this person. This crawler is closer to the apprentice, so he's going to move to attack the apprentice. This grubber's going to stay there, and these 2 grubbers are going to stay there because they're not going to leave combat. And so the apprentice is going to receive 4 attacks, and I'm going to receive 2 attacks.
Alright, since your terrible at rolling the enemies. You can roll the 3 crawler attacks.
Why, thank you.
Ah, you got 2. That's okay.
Do you
I absorb 1, so I'm gonna get it 1 hit. Let's see if you poison me. No.
Luckily, because I already
Yeah.
used my bloodletting,
I know.
which means you would have taken a lot of damage. Did you lower your health?
No, I need to lower it down to 5.
And the grubber's attack, and we'll do your grubber attack first.
Oh my gosh, he hits, so I don't absorb it. It goes down to 4.
They roll 2.
2 attacks on the brigand.
3 and a 4, miss and a miss.
Okay.
So, that was the refresh phase. No one has a status effect. The quest timer goes down. This is the last round to rescue Lucy. And we're off to the next round. So we move into this. I have Hustle, Dirty Tactics, Attack, Shadow Slip, and Unravel.
I've got Meditate, The Mountain Crumbles, Sprint, Attack, and Glacier's Grip.
I'm not going to attack this turn. I'm going to do what a brigand should do. I'm going to move 1, 2, my normal movement. Then I will Hustle for 1 AP.
Okay.
And move 1, 2, and be on this treasure. And then I will go into Shadows for 0 AP. I will not be able to pick the treasure up yet, but I'm in position to pick up the treasure. And I'm going to use my Hustle as my Shadow Slip as an action. And so even if the apprentice doesn't perform an action, we're not incurring a loitering penalty.
Alright, so the first thing I'll do is I'll spend 1 movement point to free Lucy.
Yay, we succeeded.
Yep.
So the apprentice succeeded at the quest. We've succeeded at the quest, but the quest doesn't actually reward us until the refresh phase, step number 3. And so we're sitting on a completed quest, but we have to still survive.
Alright, I've only spent 1 movement point, so I just need to decide if I want to destroy one of these guys. And I probably will, because we've got those ranged crawlers.
However, if you do, you only kill 1, we only can spawn 1 more treasure, so...
That's true. Yeah, it's a tough call. I think I'll just wait. I'm going to pass.
Yeah. And I'm done as well. So we lower our threat based off our open space. I have 2, so I go back to 0.
And I'm still at 2, because I have all the ongoings on.
We don't have to worry about the quest timer anymore. I spent an action, so we didn't loiter. There are 2 monster types out, so we still gain 2 AP, so that takes them to 4.
And we'll get the quest rewards for saving Lucy.
Yes.
So, since we had the positive resolution, her father sobs uncontrollably as you lead Lucy to him alive. Lucy, still in shock from the ordeal, stares vacantly through him as he envelops her in a heart-wrenching embrace. Lucy doesn't seem to feel it. She utters only a single word, Erebus. And for the positive resolution, we each gain a vitality potion, which will be very helpful for the brigand. And we will remove 2 white tokens from the treasure bag. So I'm going to pull these 2 white treasure tokens out of the bag, giving us an increased chance of finding better gear, so green items.
It also says we add Lucy's doll quest. Now, with these, you can add them to the deck, or you can choose to set them aside and do them next time. There's no hard and fast rule when it comes to this. If we want to just play the Lucy story quest chain, then we can go ahead and do that. But if we want there to be some kind of randomness to it, we would just add it to our deck, shuffle the deck, and that's how we would proceed when we need to. And so we're going to add it to the deck and see what happens. It's important to note that right now I have 4 cards left in my deck.
I only have 2.
I kept the 1, so I'm going to have a full hand with no draw pile. The apprentice is going to run out of his draw pile, so he's going to add his 2 cards, and then he's going to have to shuffle his hero deck and draw more cards. So we've got our cards. I've been holding on to Unravel. And what Unravel does is allow me to, when I pick up treasure, I get to pick up 2 treasures. And I get to keep those 2 treasures. And so if I can find a way to turn these 2 treasures in while under the same Unravel card, then suddenly I have doubled the amount of treasures that these single treasures pick up. And I can do that, but I have to be careful because I'm actually making sure I am going to move normal. I'm playing my Unravel card. If the brigand picks up treasure this hero cycle, he can draw true treasures instead of one. One of my movements is going to be to pick up this treasure, so I'm picking it up.
Yep. You'll draw from the bag. Hopefully get some sweet greens.
One.
It's a white.
And then this goes back in the bag.
Yep. And
And a green. So for my first treasure, I drew a white and a green. So I'm going to draw a white treasure token, which is 2 gold.
Sweet.
Now, I don't take the card. I take gold, not the 5. So I've taken 2 gold.
A brigand would have took 5.
I know. I'm not, exactly, I should just leave. So I take these 2 gold and I put them in my inventory. And then this card goes back in the deck. And it will get shuffled before the next draw. And I get a green. It's a quiver. It's not going to help anyone, but I'll go ahead and take it. Because I can sell it when I hit a merchant. Also, at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and drink my potion and give myself base vitality.
It's 4.
4, there you go. For the second part of my action, under the same Unravel card, I've used 1 movement point. I'm going to Shadow's Reach. It allows me to appear 3 squares away and attack. It's not considered a move. So this, moving here with my Shadow's Reach, isn't taking my 1 movement point. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. I am using the normal movement, so I don't get any bonus dice. It is 1 AP.
Okay.
Hit with a 7.
Yep.
This grubber's dead.
Gain a threat.
I gain a threat. And for my last movement point, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this treasure, generating 2 more treasures for the group. Or the brigand, in other words.
Oh man. Find something that's good for an apprentice, for Pete's sake.
That's a white. And a green.
Oh yeah.
So we come back to the decks. I shuffle the white. And I draw 2 gold. And the green doesn't get shuffled, and I draw the Ring of Kings. Oh my gosh. I'm going to keep the Ring of Kings.
I said draw something for the apprentice.
So what the Ring of Kings does is I can draw true treasure tokens and keep 1 when picking up treasure. I may not want to. I may want to give that to the apprentice because it takes up the accessory slot, and I have the dirty blanket there, which I actually kind of like. I need to replace my brigand with the visible brigand because I attacked, and I'm gonna be done. So I'm gonna keep the Ring of Kings in my inventory. And here's your go.
All right. I have the ability to finally destroy these 3 crawlers with Chaotic Overflow.
Excellent.
I will be activating the darkness, but that's okay. It's a 2 AP attack.
So it's gonna go from 6 to 1.
Yep. And I did not move, so it gives me 2 bonus fate die with my +1. And I get 1 d10 and 1 fate dice for my Hero's Edge. And 1 d10 and 1 fate dice from my normal ability. And then I get 1 d10 for Lucky Cup since it's a spell. I knocked my guy out of the way. But I got 1 success. I had many successes, but I only needed 1 of 8. And I got an arcane symbol, so I'll kill those 3 guys and we'll put the treasure by the guy that's right next to me. And
3 threat.
I get 3 threat, 2, 3, but I only gained 2 because I matched my arcane symbol on my Lucky Cup. And then the darkness cycle.
Darkness will go.
Yes.
So the darkness activates during our hero cycle. Terror with 1,000 legs. Deck, if all the heroes are within 5 squares, minions attack twice. We are. Yay, us. So these 2 guys are going to attack twice. Threat penalty, we don't hit it. And we don't have a spawn. The grubbers are drawn to threat. I have threat 1.
I have threat 4.
But they can't get to 1, 2, 3.
They can get to me.
Yes, 1, 2, 3.
The other guy won't be able to, but
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls them along. 1 attack here, 1 attack here. They get to attack twice, so 2 attacks on the apprentice and 2 attacks on me. We'll roll the apprentice first so he can die.
Nah, it's not possible. I'm hit. So I took another damage, and since I cleared my ongoing spells, I can't absorb that damage.
Now technically, he has sitting on a potion, and he can use that potion at any time. If that grubber put him to 0, he could still use that potion and get his health back. And now the grubber attacks me.
Alright, here we go. I don't know if we want me rolling this.
Sure, I'm okay.
Double 8s.
So, I take 2 damage. Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate that.
Sorry, I'm just part of the darkness, I guess.
And we go back to the hero cycle. I think Kenny's done.
Yeah, I'm completely full.
And I'm gonna be done, I think.
You still have an action if you... Well,
no, I used Unravel as an action.
Well, yeah.
So I'm done. So we'll do the hero refresh phase, reduce our threat,
I can't
keep a
reduce
card.
it.
I'm not gonna keep any card.
I'm not either.
So I have to shuffle. Kenny has to shuffle. We'll draw cards, then move to the darkness phase. So, our turn. We have to be careful because there's 2 guys left and 1 treasure. And we want to be able to take advantage of it. Refresh phase first. Thought I'd just skip that. They gain 1 AP for the grubbers, and that is it. There are no status effects. No one's poisoned. No one's anything.
Mm-hmm.
We've already done the quest.
I can pick up that treasure. I really can't kill anybody this turn because I only have an interrupt.
I get a second chance to do a suicide run if you pick up that treasure. We want you to pick up the treasure first, so why don't you go ahead.
1, 2. Picking it up.
Draw a brigand item.
You already have plenty. I think I get something now.
Right here, do it out here in the visible.
Oh, here it is. Green. Yeah.
Green. Brigand item.
A robe. I think I'll take that. Yes.
Now, the robe, any treasure pickup actually goes in the inventory, and you can equip it in the refresh phase.
Yes.
So, I'll go ahead and suicide run. I actually don't need to use any cards.
It's 1 AP.
So there's 1d10, 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 1 fate die, 1 fate die. I succeeded with the 9 because of the same monster type.
So you blew them both up?
Pop, pop. Pop, pop. 2 threat. Tile cleared. Now, this is what happens when the tile's clear. 1, we get double movement. At this point, if the tile is clear, we get double movement. So even if we're doing base movement, we get 4. If we're using a hustle card, we get double that. If we use a sprint card, we get double that. Second is, if there's any treasures out here, let's say there was a treasure here we didn't get picked up, this gets turned into gold and added to our coffers. There are none. We did very good at picking up the treasure. And then we just decide where we're going to go next.
Yeah, and at this point, any items that we had between us since the tile's clear, we could trade freely.
So you can have the Ring of Kings.
Right, and I'm also going to equip the robes now that we're in safety.
All right. And we're not even done with the hero cycle. I'm sitting on a hustle card, so depending on which way we decide to move, we'll go that direction. We can go this direction, or this direction. Want to go this direction?
Yeah, let's go over the planks.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to do that.
So, you've done your base movement.
Yeah.
I've done my base.
I have no capability of moving further than I did that round. But I could still play some cards for preparation of the next round, and I would play Illuminate, Reservoir of the Ancients, and Sphere of Deflection for 1 AP.
So, we've reached the edge of the tile, and we're going to move into this tile. When we're ready to move in, we do it just like we did the original tile. So we're going to move in. You want to move in this time?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and be the guy to step in here. And
So you step in, and we decide if we're going to do a quest or a trap. Now, we'll continue this video, so we'll definitely do a trap, but we're going to go ahead and set this tile up. But technically, if we wanted to, we could do a quest, and we could draw from the quest deck, or we could just pull out Lisi's doll quest. But in this case, I think we want to show you traps. So we're going to do a trap, and to determine what that trap is, we roll a fate die.
So we got the nature on the 6x6 is a dragon's breath trap.
So basically, we check the darkness board, and the darkness board has a traps and tables clarification section. It's a 6x6. We rolled nature. It says dragon's breath, so we'll reference the book and figure out what dragon's breath does. So, because we are special, we are going to put the dragon's breath miniature, in this case, not the token, in one of the two purple squares opposite of where we came in, which is basically how it works. So we can do it here or here. Let's put it over here because it's closer to me, and I have a better chance of disarming it probably.
All right, so on page 58, the dragon's breath trap, it shows you where you can set it up in the purple areas, and then it'll also show you its cone of effect attack.
So 1, 3, 5, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying, well, why'd you do that? Well, because the dragon's breath trap will be used later on bigger tiles where the entire cone is shown.
Right, so the dragon's breath trap is physically present on the realm tile. It activates during the refresh phase. The activation is not associated with the darkness meter. It must be disarmed using non-combat actions. So in non-combat actions are, if we're up adjacent to it and we spend 1 movement point, we can attempt a disarm roll on the trap. And we need to be able to disarm it 2 times at a target number of 5. And those 2 times that we disarm it does not need to be like consecutive. We could disarm it in 1 hero cycle, and then someone else can disarm it 1 more time in another hero cycle.
Can I, being the brigand, try to disarm it twice when run around?
Yes, you spend 2 MP, and then you'd be able to disarm it.
Right.
So, and the description of the trap is simple. It's this trap is a device that shoots flame in a cone, as shown in the diagram. Dragon's Breath trap only fires orthogonally and does so based off its priority list during the refresh phase. And that priority list is arcane, threat, and then proximity.
So the next step, since we've selected a trap, is to move into the layer, question mark, which is to say we can put a layer on here if we want. We're not going to. We're not going to mess with the layer on this tile. And in the hunting packs, you have to have 1. You can have a maximum of 2. We're going to go ahead and do 2. And we're going to do a crawler hunting pack and a grubber hunting pack. Perhaps we've, stumbled into this cavern where the grubbers are fighting the crawlers, and we have to figure out what the deal is. Now, as far as the makeup of the hunting packs, they can, as far as the crawlers, they can be whatever we want. We can make them all ranged or melee. So what do we want to do?
Let's do them all melee.
All right. We're going to start them in this purple. How many we want to do? We want to full boat it? Want to go crazy?
Let's full boat it.
Yeah, let's kill it.
I'm not afraid of these guys. I still have my potion.
Oh, now you're afraid though.
Well, I didn't want him to start next to me, but that's okay. Just lines them up for a chain lightning / fingers of Aya.
Right. So that's 8 grubbers. Now we're gonna, or 8 crawlers. Now we're gonna add 8 grubbers. Maybe not 8.
We could do 6. Here's some more.
Bring them on, right?
All right. Well, I've got enough out for 8, so let's do it.
They know about this trap though. They don't want to have any part of it.
Being grubbers, they're probably worshiping it.
That's right. 8.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our tile as it's set up now. We've done the trap lair. We've done the trap quest. We chose a trap. We chose not to do a lair. We chose to do 2 hunting packs, and we full boated it up 8. There's a 5 treasure limit, so we put 5 treasure tokens on the darkness board. Let me see if I can.
Alright, got 5 treasures on the darkness board.
If we clear this tile, we'll get 6 gold and a merchant will come, which is one of the reasons why we came here, because I can offload this stinking quiver, sell it for this paltry 1 gold, and we can maybe spend some of this gold and
Get some more apprentice items? Good
Yes,
idea.
that's exactly what I was thinking. So, he's moved in, and we would actually start now.